We've just arrived in Benalmádena, which is on the coast just south of Torremolinos and Malaga. This is a quick tour of our apartment. We're just going from the lobby into the living room. We're going out onto the front balcony now. We also have one at the rear. And we have a small kitchen, which is good because we don't plan on spending too much time here.
Little back balcony that we have as well.
The view from here is not too bad, but it's always in the shade, which is really good. This is the view of our apartment building from the road opposite, and as you pan down past the beautiful construction site, you can see how close we are to the sea. We're down on the beach and this is the direction to Torremolinos, but today we're going the other direction towards the local marina. We escaped a snowstorm getting out of Toronto, and this makes it worthwhile. Some of the sand art we pass on the way. There are lots of restaurants like this along the beach, but they seem to be closed most of the time. That's a view of the boardwalk where we started this afternoon, and we are now in the marina. All kinds of little shops and restaurants here. And we're just going to walk on down and around the front part of the marina. Now the style seems to have changed quite a bit. We've worked our way back to the front of the marina, and there's quite a load of boats here, and this is just the start of it. It didn't take us too long to find out where to get a gelato. While we're sitting here enjoying our gelato, we noticed a lot of fish in the water.
The boat's coming in now.
Looks like a pirate ship coming into the harbour. It's Friday morning and we're walking along the seafront in the opposite direction to the marina, and we're looking for the tourist information today. Well, it's time for a little break on our walk. Bring on the cappuccinos. We've gone about as far along the boardwalk as we're going to today, towards Torremolinos. A lot of fancy apartments. And here's a view of the route we took along the seafront. We've seen this the whole way. Front end loaders digging up sand for the sand sculptors along the beach. Just gathering, getting ready to go to Malaga on the walking tour. Our first stop on the trip today is to the Alcazaba fortress, which was built between 1057 and 1063.
He's about 6 inches.
Mira, porque hoy me gusta por la derecha.
There is an amazing view of the coast from up here. There is also a spectacular view to the rear of the fortress, going back to the Malaga mountain range. We finish the tour of Alcazaba, and we're walking through the town of Malaga towards our next stop, which is the Malaga Cathedral. The cathedral was built between 1528 and 1782.
The facade is Baroque. From here you can tell how the three naves are the same height. I know that it's going to be quite a long time, and in the beginning it seems like you're going to memorize everything, and it's not so easy because the memory is one of the first things that we lose.
Tell them. No, tell me again.
Here used to be the main mosque. It has about 4,000 pipes. I have never counted and I will never do. The marble is Italian marble, it's Carrara.
We've just had supper and we're sitting waiting for the flamenco show to start. It's Saturday morning. We had a very late night at the flamenco show last night. Nobody got up very early, but we're now in the marina having a cappuccino and checking our Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi in the hotel is really bad. Today is Sunday and we're going to walk from our apartment hotel into Benalmádena and then along to the marina. Our hotel is just outside Benalmádena and we've walked along to the sign welcoming us to the town. Well, a sudden change of plans. We've just jumped on one of the local buses and we're on the way to Benalmádena Pueblo, where we're going to have lunch. 35 minutes later we've arrived in Benalmádena Pueblo, and we're looking at some really amazing views because this little town is quite high up. We've just finished our lunch and it's time to start a short walking tour. Now we're going off on a little side track. Time to tackle another climb. Well, this is the view so far, and we still have a little more climbing. I think we are now about as far as we're going to climb. Back down at street level again, and we're just exploring a little church we've discovered. And of course there's another great view from here. Not quite sure what this is. We're trying to find our way back to the main road and just came across this little square. Today we're going to Nerja, but we have stopped on the way at the village of Frigiliana and we're going to do a little walking tour. Hello.
One of the local residents.
Well, this is quite a climb, but I think it'll be worth it. Well, this is the second restaurant we've come to. And as you can see, everything is very closed looking. Well, this is what the view would be like if you were actually dining here.
Would be nice.
Not much going on here at all. Well, why stand when you can sit? We've just arrived in Nerja and we're about to go down into these amazing caves. This is the start of the cave tour.
So-called kids found this place. There's no lights down here, so it's pitch black.
Imagine. something, isn't it? Wow.
We've just left Nerja and travelled a short distance to the coast to the Balcón de Europa, or the Balcony of Europe. And of course it started to rain and it's generally quite miserable. I think it's lunchtime. It's 7:30 on Wednesday morning, a week after we arrived here, and in about 45 minutes we'll be getting on the bus for our day trip to Cordoba.
There's different species of animal. So I did see marijuana.
We're just off the bus in Cordoba and ready to start our tour. We're now at the Mosque of Cordoba, also known as the Mezquita, which was built in 987 and later had a Christian cathedral built in the middle of it.
This is amazing. It's marvelous. The tour of the mosque is now over, and we're out on the street doing some touring on our own. It's Thursday morning, and yesterday we went to Cordoba
Today we're just heading off to the #1 bus line to go to the market, and tomorrow we're doing a bus tour to Gibraltar. We made it to the market, and it's the usual flea market type of stuff. We've left the flea market, we've had our coffee, and we're now walking down San Miguel Street in Torremolinos, which is pedestrians only. It's Friday morning, and this is the view from our rear balcony. Today we're up early, it's about 7:30, and we're going to Gibraltar. We've been there before, so while the group are going to do the usual tours, we're going to leave them, do our own thing, go on the cable car, and meet them in time to get home. We've arrived in Gibraltar, and we're about to look for the shuttle to take us to the cable car.
At the top station, you will have the opportunity of meeting the famous Barbary apes. Please note, these creatures are wild animals, roaming free, and will bite if provoked. So please do not touch or feed them. Once you reach our top station, you can pick up your multimedia tour, which is already included in your ticket from the cafe. Thank you, and enjoy your visit.
Well, we're at the top. We're inside the restaurant at the top station, just before we start our tour. We just moved around to another viewing point, and we're looking at the African coastline. Smile, you're on candid camera. Oh, that's what you think of us.
Now they're getting up and moving. Hi guys.
Smile.
Hello.
Similar to ours, aren't they, Henry? Yeah, but they're
This is a rather magnificent one, isn't
they
it?
are. Although they're bigger than some babies, aren't they? Yeah. Yes, my darling Dossie.
This looks like all the ships lined up, maybe waiting for the pilots to take them through the straits. We've been working our way around some old ruins here, and it's a bit tricky, but the views are quite interesting. I think this must be old wartime gun emplacements. Don't monkey with me, boy. We've just left the cable car, we've had lunch in a British pub, and we're walking down the main street towards the airstrip, where we'll walk back into Spain. It's the next day and we're back in Benalmádena. We're walking along the seafront to
Torremolinos, and we're taking a diversion through a flea market which is just behind the main promenade. We've walked all the way into Torremolinos. We're just about to climb several flights of stairs and walk up to San Miguel, the main street, which is for pedestrians only.
It's Sunday morning and everyone has gone on a day trip that we didn't want to go on, and we are just walking up our street to get the bus so that we can go up on the cable car. We've just arrived at the cable car and we're now going to see if we can find where you get on. And this is where we're going. Now this is the start of the ride. Vámonos, we go. Quite a bit of reflection. Now we're coming into the depot. What a ride that was. Now we're off the cable car and the view is amazing, down looking at Benalmádena and Torremolinos. We're now watching a show about birds of prey who are trained and live up here, and the host is amazing. He just talks in any language that the spectators are asking for.
Porque esas son las partes que ponen primero las enfermedades al campo. First of all, now it's a soft part. About that part of first of all, the sickness included fever. To know that all specimens of horse, all of them, are policemen of health, of nature, and there is no reason to shoot on them to poison out the traps, what still and every year happens. Time. The first thing they have to do is to take confidence with the people. And that confidence, how we train them, we will show you now with Thor, it's a young golden eagle. Distancia. Go! Hey, hey, hey! The wind comes like this, so he will stay here. And I will try to call him in before he has to come back normally. So a hunting fly goes over 200 kilometers, 250 kilometers per hour. It's something really fast. So I can't promise how it will be. Nature, we will see what's happening.
Do not stand up. This one has a head on it.
Okay. También Torremolinos. Ah, aquí sí. Vamos a ver si quieres. Y el águila real.
We left soon after this, and the bird still hadn't come back, and on a lovely sunny day like this, who can blame him?
We're on the way to the north viewing side, which is the highest point of this whole area. We're walking past the site of the bird show. We've just been told that today it's quite hazy because there's a southwest wind blowing, and since we're relatively close to Morocco, this haze is actually desert sand.
Now it's time to head up to the highest point. We finally made it to the top.
Well, this descent is getting quite interesting now, as it's getting even steeper. Wow, somebody made the mistake of thinking we were mountain goats.
We're almost back, and there's the ring where they do the horse shows in the summer. Time to go back down, and here comes our car. And here we go. Here we are back at ground level.
Today's Monday and it's a lovely sunny day. We're having a bit of a relaxing day after our trip up the cable car. Went and did some laundry this morning, and tomorrow we're going to Ronda, that's Tuesday, and it'll be a 2-day trip, so we're staying in Ronda overnight. Be back Wednesday afternoon.
We're on the bus on the way to Ronda, and this should take a couple of hours. Almost there.
We're in the hotel in Ronda and just getting ready to go on a tour. The tour is just taking us through a little outdoor cafe, but we managed to get an espresso and a donut before starting.
And there's our hotel. the walking tour continues. Everybody wanted to take souvenir photographs of manhole covers.
The church is now Santa Maria la Mayor, that's how we call it. There used to be a Roman temple.
Big line up here for the wine tasting.
Where are you from?
Canada.
From Canada, oh.
Right now we're on the way to try and find the river at the bottom of the ravine.
Which we're not supposed to get to, apparently.
Well, this route appears to be locked, and from the look of it, it's probably a good idea. Well, there appear to be people down there somehow, so I think we'll have to go back over the bridge and try from the other side.
Well, that worked, and we'll soon be down at the bottom. We're now down at the bottom, and this looks like the geocache site that we've been looking for.
It's not that cold. Okay. Ready?
It's smelly too, isn't it?
Oh, it smells. Where would it be? Now.
Probably raw sewage.
I certainly hope not.
This is the balcony from our upstairs suite, and the view is quite spectacular.
If you look over that way, you can see the stairs down to where we walk down to the bottom.
I'm not sure what we did to rate this place, but I'm not complaining. A little hallway and a bathroom with a shower. And then as you look towards the living room, there's a staircase to the upstairs suite. And we have a balcony for the downstairs. Fabulous view. This is the downstairs balcony. Now coming back from the balcony through the living room and just going up the stairs.
And then a nice sized bedroom with access to the upstairs balcony.
Just stopped at a hotel for afternoon tea on the terrace, and the view is unbelievable. We finished our tea and we're just walking around the grounds of this really nice hotel. The view is terrific. The night view of the gorge is also pretty spectacular. This is the morning view from our downstairs balcony. This is the view from our upstairs balcony. This morning we're on the way into the bull ring.
Hello, how are you? Good morning, everybody.
Biggest ring of all in the world, 66 meters, because usually it's 50. So this is bigger bull rings are many in the world. If I'm not wrong, the biggest one is in Mexico.
This part of the walking tour is taking us down to what used to be the edge of the town, and we're going to go around the Roman baths. We're starting our climb back up, and since this is Holy Week there are religious processions everywhere, and it sounds as if this one is from some local school children.
Oh, look at the little ones behind. Oh, look at that cutie. Come on, dude. We can get in there.
So serious.
And here's the end of the trail, our lunch restaurant. It's Thursday morning, and we are back from our 2 days in Ronda. The day of today, do some shopping, and tomorrow at 7:30 we're off for a day to Seville. We're now in Sevilla, and we are in the Spanish Square for a few minutes. Not quite sure where we're going, but we've just started the walking tour.
The fountain is the monument dedicated to the discovery of America and Christopher Columbus.
This is the entrance to the old Jewish quarter. Here's our first look at the cathedral. This is a Catholic cathedral built in the Gothic style and dates back to 1507. At the current time, the cathedral doesn't appear to have its own congregation, but is used for commercial purposes such as tourism and exhibitions. The tour of the cathedral is now over and we're back outside. Now we're heading off to the river to pick up our boat for a short river tour. This is our group waiting by the Golden Tower for the tour guide to take us down to our boat. This is the Guadalquivir River and we're just waiting for our boat.
À gauche, les jardins du parc Maria Luisa et le pavillon d'Argentine de l'exposition ibéro-américaine de 1929.
Al fondo il ponte del Quinto Centenario con 3 km di lunghezza a 50 metri sopra il livello del mare e con pilastri
Del 92.
On the right hand side, the Maestranza Opera House. Brücke Triana, auch Isabella II, die älteste Brücke der Stadt.
This looks like about as far as we're going to go. We'll turn around, go back to the dock, then we'll be on the bus and back to Torremolinos.
It's Sunday morning and we're just walking from our apartment hotel up to the bus. We're going into Malaga for the day.
We just arrived in Malaga after a half-hour bus ride. We're just looking around the bus station over to the giant Ferris wheel which we want to go on, but it's not open yet. This is a view of the Malaga waterfront and finishing up again at the Ferris wheel. We also found the tourist information, but of course they're closed. Today is Palm Sunday, so there's a very big procession here, but we of course are in the place where our tours usually start. The Ferris wheel is now open, so it's time for a quick aerial view of Malaga.
Well, here we go. We're just starting. This should be fun, I hope.
You can see the cathedral. We'll be able to see the cathedral pretty soon. You can see the castle on the top of the hill that we went to.
And over on the left is the area where they're going to do this big parade, and the streets are all blocked. Quite at the top yet, but we're just coming up to it. There's the view of Malaga from the top of the wheel. Ah, we seem to have stopped for some reason. Oh hum. Well, I suppose if it's going to stop, this is probably the best place for it. Maybe it's time for a selfie. Now we're on our second time going up, and there's a view of the port. So this is coming over the top for the last time, looking back down the coast towards Torremolinos. What a great ride! We just started our walking tour along the waterfront, and there's a shot of the Malaga Cathedral that we went round when we were here a week or so ago.
This has now turned into our tour of the path around the waterfront.
We've worked our way around the harbour through this flea market, and the view of the other side is quite good from here, including the Ferris wheel we just rode on. We're still in Malaga and walking up past the Alcazaba, which is an old Roman fortress. And we've been inside this before with our tour guide, so we're just walking up past it today. We continued our climb past the ruins up to a pretty high point, sheltered from the rain for a bit, and hopefully the sun will be out soon. We've just come down to ground level again, and we're going across the square, which will eventually lead us to the site of Picasso's birthplace.
It's Tuesday morning, and we've just walked from our apartment into Benalmádena, and this morning we're going for a walk around La Paloma Park. Every bus trip we go on seems to go past this crazy windmobile.
We're in the park, and right by the doorway is their cafe, so we've just ordered coffee. Then we can have a look around. We just saw this guy fly down from the tree, but I doubt he's going to show us his tail. So we're going to walk up to the cactus garden. This is a bit noisy with all these roosters. So we're in the cactus garden, and it looks a bit like we're in Arizona. Well, the peacock seems to have escaped into the cactus garden.
There's the peacock again. It looks like we're destined not to see the full tail display this time. Maybe the next time we come here. Today we're on another bus trip. We've just had a quick stop on the way to Granada and a tour around the Alhambra.
Just getting ready to start, getting all the headphones sorted out. We're now heading off into the Medina area. This is the aqueduct we passed earlier.
Our group is now starting to move towards the exit. The tour's over and we're going into Grenada for lunch. The local entertainment was a nice surprise. We're back in our apartment having a day around the swimming pool and the beach, and around 4 o'clock we're going to a nearby village called Mijas for a tapas dinner. We've finally arrived at our destination. This is the start of our walking tour before we have dinner. This looks like the start of another procession, and we're going to be right in the middle of it. There's another procession approaching, and I think this is what these people have been waiting for.
Saturday morning on San Miguel Street in Torremolinos. Lots of shopping, stopping at the Costa Coffee. Now it's time for some lunch. Nothing but the best, no expense spared. Easter Sunday morning, and we're going to do something a little different. We're going to walk into Torremolinos this morning and find a new park that looks quite interesting, and then head over to the Costa Coffee. Well, it looks like we're on the right track to where we're going. Well, we are now at the Park La Batteria. So we're just walking towards the edge of the park where we can get a view of the cliff, but if we want a chess game we could stop and do that.
It's not quite as warm today, it's also a little overcast and windy. So this is how the park got its name, being in a good defensive position.
I think we're going to climb the tower and get a really good view. It's actually surprising how close we are to the Malaga Mountains, which you have to cross every time you go anywhere by road. Well, let's make the trek up to the top of the tower and see what the view is going to be like. Now we're looking in the direction of Malaga, and it looks a little cloudy and maybe raining up there.
We're going to have lunch at our favourite coffee shop on San Miguel Street and hope we can get home before it starts raining.
Sunday night, the first day after the clocks went forward an hour, so we've gone down to the marina after supper just to have a look around. It's our last Monday morning here, and we're taking the bus to go back to Mijas again because we enjoyed it so much the last time we were there. We've just arrived in Mijas. Lovely morning, and all the horses and carts, donkey carts are ready for all their customers. Time for a morning coffee, sitting in a local square. We've been told that if we walk down this little street, there are some really nice views, so that's what we're going to do. Apparently there are always lots of flowers and flower pots around here. What a view. We've now walked right round this lookout and we're looking down towards Benalmádena and in the direction of Torremolinos. As we walk further around this little path, we come to the restaurant where we had supper the other night. It's Tuesday morning, our last morning here. We've just walked up to the marina and shortly we'll go back and I suppose we have to do our packing.